lovely and darling viewers, it's Jen here at Check Her Joy, and this time I'm doing another Top 5 Wednesday. As always, the Goodreads group is in the description below if you want to check that out. This week's topic is our favorite non-canon ships. So these are the couples that should have been together, but didn't. Either because they never got together at all in the books, they got together and then broke up, or if they're from different books altogether and you just think they should be there together. I didn't go for that last option, but you could if you wanted. Elephant in the room, obviously, I cut off half my hair, so if you guys are like, something's different. Yeah, it's gone. Just, it's shorter than I wanted it to, so it'll grow out and it'll be okay. That's what I keep telling myself. Also, you guys would be able to tell which of my old videos that I haven't uploaded yet from several months ago and which are my current videos that I just filmed. So that's a fun little scavenger hunt for you guys. Okay. I think the hairdo, it feels so much lighter. I just feel like bubbly now. Got off so much hair. So my first couple needs explanation. It is Alice and the Mad Hatter from the Alice in Wonderland series. And Alice in the books is way too young for him. I'm not gonna lie, that's kind of gross and creepy. So in my own personal headcanon, Alice comes back to Wonderland as an adult, or at least an older teen. And time moves differently in Wonderland, and Hatter's not that old, and they totally hit it off and totally fall in love, and it would be awesome. That's my own personal fanfiction going on there. Mostly I blame the sci-fi show Alice, which is a miniseries, like a dystopian modern Alice in Wonderland. But Alice is like totally older and the Hatter is like the same age, so it totally works and they have great chemistry. Even the Disney movies with Johnny Depp is, not nearly as creepy as child Alice, so I can still dream about other alternative Alice in Wonderland stories. Okay. Not book Alice, a different version of Alice and a different version of Hatter would be great together. From the Harry Potter series by J K Rowling, because I have to include Harry Potter, my kind of love triangle thing going on here is Professor Snape, Professor McGonagall, and Professor Dumbledore. At some point, I had shipped them, all of them together at one point. McGonagall and Dumbledore, McGonagall and Snape, Snape and Dumbledore, whatever. They're alone in the castle by themselves the entire, all year round. Clearly, something must have happened at some point. Some of the professors in my head are hooking up, and the, snarkiness and the rivalry between Snape and McGonagall, and just Dumbledore's complete eccentricity. I feel like at some point somebody had too much fire whiskey and they must have hooked up. Maybe that's just my teenage hormones, at the time I was reading these books, but I can't shake it. I still see it, guys, when I reread them. In between the lines, especially the Snape McGonagall one. There's too much fighting between the two of them for there not to be something going on. You know what I mean. Hopefully I didn't ruin Harry Potter for anybody. Sorry, guys. From the Enchanted Inc series by Shanna Swendson, my couple that doesn't get together that should have, or should in the future, because we're getting another book, yes, is Mr. Mervyn and Katie's grandmother, who I think is just Granny. I know she's got to have another name, but I always, in my head, she's just Granny. So these two individuals are both older. They both had lives before. I'm assuming Mr. Mervyn's been in love. Katie's grandmother definitely has, or she wouldn't be here. But they've had experiences, and I feel like they deserve a second chance. And just because they're older doesn't mean they shouldn't find love, and that the two of them together just seemed like they would be perfect. Their personalities would match, and it would be this great, sweet thing that should totally happen. So I ship it in my head, even though we don't really see it happening in the books. The next book I have is Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen, and I really hate the fact that Charlotte Lucas ends up with Mr. Collins. Oh, they're so not well suited to each other, and I understand that that's kind of the point of their relationship, and that stuff happens, and it's a commentary, but it's frustrating and sad and disappointing, because clearly Mr. Collins should have picked Mary Bennet. Like, she just wants to play her music, and she could do that perfectly well at his cottage while he's off doing his pastor stuff or hanging out at that big house with that countess. His name I forgot, and I really shouldn't have forgotten that. Like, he could go off and do his own thing. Mary would have her time to play music. She wouldn't be bothered by her younger sister's crazy antics, and it would be great. She'd have some independence, and I think that the two of them are just better suited to each other. Or at least Mary is better suited to deal with Mr. Collins' crazy insanity stuff. And Mr. Collins would have achieved his original objective, which is to marry one of the Bennet sisters and keep the house in the family. But no, he didn't do that. The other relationship that should have happened in here is Charlotte Lucas with Colonel Fitzwilliam. So this is Darcy's cousin. He's in the military, and he never seems to have found anybody, or maybe he didn't and they died tragically or something. But the point is, at the end of this, that in the book, he doesn't have anyone. He's not married, and he's just such an awesome character. And you can tell that he kind of, or at least I think that he kind of really wants to find somebody. And I feel like Charlotte would have been a good match for him. Like, they're both older, they both haven't found somebody, and they would just be better suited to each other. They're both level-headed and awesome people, and they deserve to also be with a level-headed and awesome person. My last pick is from the Loki Agent of Asgard comics by Marvel, and I think Loki should end up with Verity, who is his best friend. It's kind of cool that they don't end up together, but I also feel like Verity gets him so well, and she can see through all his lies, which means that she won't put up with all his bullshit, and he won't be able to, like, trick her, and so it would add this different dimension to, like, Loki, like, having to... I mean, we already have him trying to not lie to her, but if they were actually trying to date and stuff, it would be awesome to try to see that. And Loki has moments where he can be totally suave and awesome, and I feel like Verity deserves somebody also. Like, she doesn't end up with anybody, and that's, like, because she can see through any lie. Like, she always is disappointed in guys, so I feel like she should man up, Loki. I don't know. I feel like they would be great together. They are awesome as friends, and I feel like a romantic relationship would also work here. But it's also cool that they aren't together, so this one's... I'm okay with them not being together, too. But, Marvel, if you want to change that, that would also be cool. So those are my top picks for non-canon ships, whatever number that actually ended up being. Let me know in the comments below, what couples do you think should have gotten together or stayed together? Or if you agree or disagree with any of my picks. So peace out, I love you guys, and keep reading. Bye!